Hello and welcome to the Nothing Nothing on Record Hall number 22. We dream on with this band's debut. We celebrate us home for the holidays. A UK single, Chess Records, makes its move into the collection. And the Bee Gees have a little E.S.P in them. This and more coming soon. So this is being filmed on December 1st. But today it'll be live on Christmas Day, so Merry Christmas to you and hope you got everything you wanted. But anyway, let's get on to my metaphorical gift here to you. Of course, we got the old record box. This is the first one. Makes sense. Let's go ahead and open it. And we'll start right off with Chess. There we go. Chess. This is a reissue of Petula Clark's Downtown, backed with, what is it? Every Day I Have to Cry Some by Steve Alaimo. Was that the guy's name? Yeah, Alaimo. Now, of course, Downtown is a number one from 1965, but as you can see, this is a reissue from 75. This is the Chess making its move, which is a reissue there. I believe this is an incorrect sleeve, but next up we have the Bee Gees' Words on ATCO, backed with Sinking Ships, also by the Bee Gees. Words, of course, is one of their bigger hits from the 1960s. And Sinking Ships was a B-side that was pretty much unissued, other than the single, until they did, oh god, which album is it that has a reissue? Horizontal. This is the first ATCO label like this I own. And then next up we have from the Columbia Hall of Fame, so this is from the 1975, not its original date, but we have number one, Simon and Garfunkel, Bridge Over Troubled Water, backed with Cecilia, you're breaking my heart. No, that wasn't the original B-side for Cecilia. I think the for George Water, the original was the one about the Keep Working for the Businessman or something like that. It's on the same album. This is from 75-ish. And then next up we have from the worst year in music history, one of them. From 1974 we have From the Night Chicago Died by Paper Lace, backed with Can You Get It? Can You Get It When You Want It? This is the first Mercury single I do own. And then next up we have Princeton, I Wanna Be a Lover, backed with My Love Is Forever. Good thing it was in the paper sleeve. Then next up for the first Dee-Lite record we have Ladies Night by Kool and the Gang, backed with If You Feel Like Dancing. Of course, one of the members of Kool and the Gang died the other day, so kind of fitting I got this now. Not their number one, which is Celebration, but we'll get there. And then next up on Columbia, we have another number one, Paul McCartney's Coming Up, backed with two songs actually, Coming Up Alive and Lunchbox Odd Socks, also by Paul McCartney, and the one with wings. And then we got another Beatle in the following year with John Lennon, Just Like Starting Over, backed with Kiss Kiss, that's by Yoko. He was on Geffen at this time. Oh, sorry, it's from 1980. Of course, he was on Geffen at this time. This is my first Geffen single after he left Apple when he came back for Double Fantasy. So there's Just Like Starting Over, and Kiss 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 Like Yoko by Yoko. And then next up in an incorrect Asylum sleeve, but from Motown Yesteryear, which is a reissue for Motown series, Endless Love by Diana Ross and Lionel Richie. The back side is a vocal or a instrumental version. The front side has the number one, of course. For several weeks, this is number one. Oops, paper's still ripped. And then next up, we have the UK single, and essentially a repeat. This is Robin Gibb's Juliet, And I can tell you this is a British one because the red label and that Polydor. He was not released on Polydor here. This would have been... He was on EMI America here at the time. And I can also tell you that this is a British single. See this huge hole here? Small center hole? Well, that works in British or in UK players, but would not work on an American one for 45s. However, there is a method to do that. You can, if you dink, there's something that's called dinking, but if you take the center out here, you could make it work. But I won't, so it'll be left like that. And then from the Footloose soundtrack, which you saw a few episodes back now, but Bonnie Tyler, Holding Out for a Hero. This is the edition that has the text down here. There's a version of this exact one where the text is up there as well. Instead, on top of the Columbia, another Columbia. Holding Out for a Hero, backed with, I forget which one it is, from the Faster Than the Speed of Night. And then we have Philip Bailey's debut with, biggest hit single with Phil Collins with Easy Lover. Backed with, of course, doesn't show me. Backed with Woman by Philip Bailey. And then we have, is this my first A&M single? I think it's my first A&M Records single. Rock Me Amadeus by Falco. This is the version. There's quite a few versions of these. However, this is an American version that has the American edit, which is faster. And then on the B side has the Canadian edit, which is a little different. But not the original. And then we'll move on to 12s. First up, we have Frank Sinatra's Nice and Easy from 1960. That definitely looks like every year of 1960, let me just say. Okay, we'll just do that. Now, if you're a fan of the old school Beatles, this label looks kind of familiar. This is similar in style to it, because he was still in Capitol this time. The big song on here was Nice and Easy. Does it? Every time. And then we move into 1965 with Frank Sinatra's That's Life. Although there's another number one on here, Winchester Cathedral, but he didn't release it originally, so it's not mine. Add to the list I have. Oh, that was I believe my Nice and Easy was a mono copy. This one is also a mono. As you can see it there. I might even know where this comes from. Record World. This has the original print in there, I believe. I'll just start with the disc first. He was on Reprise at this time, as you can see from up there. So we'll have his picture on the label. Winchester Cathedral was the number one, but I don't have the original album version there. So let's see who was out at the time. Let's see what I have. Let's see if I have any of these. I have that one, September My Years. I have Strangers in the Night. That was in an episode a while back. I don't have any of those other ones. And then next up from 1973, although this is a 75-ish era reissue. This is Aerosmith's debut featuring Dream On, which was the big hit here. Now this is a later reissue, and there's a reason for that. First, Walking the Dog is fixed, and Write Me is also corrected on the back here. They were on Columbia. So you got the classic Columbia label here. Dream On is number 3 on the side, yeah. Okay, nothing special on the sleeve. And then we move to, oh, I forgot what years this is, 77 with Kenny Loggins' Celebrate Me Home. This is the Celebrating Me Home for the Holidays. This is a, was this a Columbia House? No, this is from 1977 though. This has a printed inner sheet and disc, so let me just pull it out here quickly. So it looks like we got the traditional lyrics on either side. So this is Celebrate Me Home is right. No, maybe not. Nope, we have all lyrics on one side. There is Celebrate Me Home, of course, which is this time of year standard. Here's a photo of him. And then I believe he was on Columbia as well, so this will be a quick look. And then we move into 1981 with REO Speedwagon and High In, or 1980, sorry, 80 or 81 with High Infidelity. What the hype sticker tells you. You got the number one there. Keep on Loving You, also classic. In Your Letter. And take it on the run, baby. If that's the way you want it, baby. Barcode, we'll get to that in a second. They were on Epic, as you can see there. Now, yes, barcode, if you had the mobile Discogs app, you can scan this. I didn't actually scan this one this time, so I don't know if it pulled up the correct version right away. But there was quite a few of these. So it's 1980, okay. This is a 1980 issue, not 1981. First, we'll just do the disc because it's Epic. This is the same as Michael Jackson, Thriller. There's Keep on Loving You, In Your Letter, and then Take It on the Run there. And on that side, which one is it? There's another one on that side. Oh, no. Let's pull up the paper sleeve real quick. I believe it was, there's something on it. Yep. So there's your classic photo of the band. Most albums are like that. On the back side, we should have the lyrics, yep. And then we move on to 1984 with Culture Club's Color by Numbers. Filling up the Culture Club collection here. The big hit on here was Karma Chameleon, but also It's a Miracle, and what was the other one that was on the compilation? Church of the Poison Mind and Victims were also on several of their compilations over the years. Now, of course, they're also on Epic with the Virgin label. I think Karma Chameleon was the number one. I'd have to check, but I'll put that in the description, and I'll fix that if I'm wrong. And let's look at the inner sleeve. Nope, it's blank. Never mind. Just push that right back. Okay, and then we move into 1985 or 86 with Janet Jackson's Control. Now this is a Columbia House pressing, right? Oh no, sorry, this is for the RCA Music Service. I never remember which one it is. Still got some of the original shrink wrap on it. And then we'll show the printed inner first. Now, of course, this is her third album, but this is the first one where she's really known, and she has the number one of, where is it now? Okay. Oh, I forgot that. Which one is it? When I Think of You was the number one here. But Nasty, Control, and What Have You Done For Me Lately were also rather big hits. This one. She was on A&M at this point, after she got under her father. So you got the classic mid-80s, late 70s and 80s A&M label. And then we are on to the last one from 1987 with the Bee Gees, and if my extrasensory provision is correct, this is the Bee Gees E.S.P. And that was the reference there to E.S.P. Also available in cassette capacity. Yeah, this is from '87, so the compact disc or the CD is becoming very relevant, and the medium that people got their albums on. Anyway, so first we got the printed inner with the lyrics. The song most people know here from this album is "You Win Again," which was a bigger hit in the UK. Here they struggled, but eventually they did come back. It's the first time in a while we've seen this label, but this is the Warner Brothers of the later 80s, which matches my greatest hits of the Fleetwood Mac, which was reissued. It's also from that same era. And with that, that's all of it. And once again, I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, because you likely will not be seeing me again until then.